A reading from the book of the prophet Jeremiah. The priests and prophets said to the princes and all the people, "This man deserves death. He has prophesied against the city, as you have heard with your own ears." Jeremiah gave this answer to the princes and all the people. "It was the Lord who sent me to prophesy against the house of the city, all that you have heard. Now therefore reform your ways and your deeds. Listen to the voice of the Lord your God, so that the Lord will repent of the evil with which he threatens you. As for me, I am in your hands. Do with me what you think good and right. But mark well, if you put me to death, it is innocent blood you bring on yourselves, on this city and its citizens. For in truth, it was the Lord who sent me to you to speak all these things for you to hear." Thereupon the princes and all the people said to the priests and the prophets, "This man does not deserve death. It is in the name of the Lord our God that he speaks to us." So Ahikam, son of Shaphan, protected Jeremiah so that he was not handed over to the people to be put to death. The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
Lord, in your great love, answer me. Lord, in your great love, answer me. Rescue me out of the mire. May I not sink. May I be rescued from my foes and from the watery depths. Let not the flood waters overwhelm me, nor the abyss swallow me up, nor the pit close its mouth over me. Lord, in your great love, answer me. But I am afflicted and in pain. Let your saving help, O God, protect me. I will praise the name of God in song, and I will glorify him with thanksgiving. Lord, in your great love, answer me. See, you lowly ones, and be glad. You who seek God, may your hearts revive. For the Lord hears the poor, and his own who are in bonds he spurns not. Lord, in your great love, answer me.
The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, Lord.
Herod the Tetrarch heard of the reputation of Jesus and said to his servants, "This man is John the Baptist. He has been raised from the dead. That is why mighty powers are at work in him." Now Herod had arrested John, bound him, and put him in prison on account of Herodias, the wife of his brother Philip. For John had said to him, "It is not lawful for you to have her." Although he wanted to kill him, he feared the people, for they regarded him as a prophet. But at the birthday celebration for Herod, the daughter of Herodias performed a dance before the guests and delighted Herod so much that he swore to give her whatever she might ask for. Prompted by her mother, she said, "Give me here on a platter the head of John the Baptist." The king was distressed because of his oaths and the guests who were present. He ordered that it be given, and he had John beheaded in the prison. His head was brought in on a platter and given to the girl, who took it to her mother. His disciples came and took away the corpse, buried him, and they went and told Jesus. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Unlike parables or hypothetical stories, we believe this is somewhat of a historical event. Perhaps Matthew, as a former tax collector, had some inside stories of what was going on in the king's court. Or maybe it was on public record of what was going on. And even if it isn't totally historically accurate, it certainly is plausible given the circumstances of the time. Given this story, it might beg the question, who killed John the Baptist? If we're going to play Sherlock Holmes and do an investigation, we might find a whole cast of characters that had a role to play. Certainly the executioner, the one that swung the axe, yeah, he's the guy that was the trigger man. He was responsible. Yeah. But he was also just following orders, perhaps. Maybe it was the girl who could have asked for anything up to half of King Herod's kingdom and asked for a head. Of course, we know the full story that she was probably being manipulated by her mother. So maybe it was Herodias that was responsible for this. And in some ways, we can certainly say that she's the mastermind behind the conspiracy to take out John. King Herod, on the other hand, was supposedly liking to listen to John the Baptist, perplexed by what he was saying, but liked to hear him speak. Obviously, he wanted him dead. He would have killed him in the first place. And then there's King Herod. He's the one that actually gave the order with the clout. But if you back up and you take a look at the bigger picture, the Herod family was a bit of a hot mess. So it was Herod's father, Herod the Great, that was the real atrocious character that put out the order to massacre babies trying to take out Jesus. He had his own wife killed, one of 5 of his wives, and had 3 of his sons killed. He was a really bad actor. By comparison, this Herod is almost a choir boy. With the exception of John the Baptist, there's no other murders associated with him. But then this marriage is all kind of contrived. Not only is Herodias the former wife of his half-brother, it's also his half-niece. There's a lot of inbreeding going on in that family. So John wasn't wrong to kind of call out the suspect nature of that. But in today's times, Herodias could write her memoirs and paint herself as a victim as a nasty situation. And then there's the people that we don't hear in this particular passage, but in the fuller account, it talks about these leaders of the military and the courtiers, the people that Herod is trying to impress with his party. They might represent the cast of characters who have some influence but not direct control. They could have said, Herod, this isn't really quite kosher here. If you had reason to kill John, you should have had him killed in the first place. Having him killed because of this oath to your half-daughter or stepdaughter or whatever it is she is that impressed you with the dance, we're not party to that. Now, of course, throwing a coup is not an easy thing to do, but it shows that the distributed blame exists across the board. Some more guilty than others, but are we conscious of the things that we do in this life that we simply write ourselves off from the guilt factor? Because we can say, well, it was the trigger man that did it. It was the guy that gave the orders that did it. Well, maybe we were forced to elect the best of the worst options for an official. Or maybe we live in a world where we just can't get up and move, but we are somehow complicit to this world order where some rise to the top with the cream of the crop, an easy life, and others are below the poverty line and struggle. And so I think the message might be for us to consider our own guilt, if you will, our own participation in things, and how easily it is for us to exonerate ourselves, because if everybody's doing it, no one person can be blamed. In this particular passage, any one of the groups probably could have stopped the murder of John. Maybe there's enough evil in the world that we ourselves can't stop it from happening entirely, but we can certainly stop doing our part to contribute to it.